Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. So be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes to understand how this meditation will help for us to develop our day-to-day life, and at the same time, how we can gain our spiritual success. So it is very important yourself to know the very mechanism of the meditation, how meditation can help for us, and how you can use it for your day-to-day life. When it comes to our life, with this all the material world, now most of time, we more and more get used to giving and taking. But it is very rare we experience the life. Even when it comes to the material world, it is very rare that we experience the material things. And at the same time, you know, this all the consumer product and all this machines technology, artificial intelligence, this all the gadgetics becoming more and more fast. But when it comes to our human life, we become mentally and physically more and more slow. And we get addicted to become slow. That slow means not mindfully you take a conscious decision. It's more related to the laziness. When we have the laziness, lethargic mind, the sleepy, dusty mind make us slow, and at the same time, to recover from that what we do, we more focus to outside world, and we try to make the outside world more and more fast. So, but still you have to remember, when it come to end of the day, you have to respond to your inner mind, your inner child. So even that when it come to that inner mind doesn't mean the brain. This entire body related to consciousness. So the brain is a tool help for us to get connect with the moment of the environment. It called cognitive based intellectual understanding. So when you see something, when you hear something, smell something, so right away you are capable to recognize it. So when it comes to that, this your cognitive based intellectual understanding, how to how communicate with insight. Because when it comes to five aggregates, we know form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition. So the form with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, consciousness, the form allow you to recognize the world in the moment. But there is something inside you, there is more deeper, another behavior that you have. So that is kind of like a deeply certain kind of leftover memory that you carry within your body. See that? Now the brain connect in the moment with your intellectual understanding, but the body has some kind of leftover memory. So what happens then? In the moment when the recognition happens, your brain recognizes something and your leftover memory come as emotions or the feelings. Let's keep it as feelings. So that feelings may become something else. So when you see something, hear something, smell something, feel something, think something, there are certain feelings arise, feelings ignite. So the feelings sometimes, when the feelings become stronger, it has power to overtake that what you see. So as example, see sometimes this sky bridge, some places that you may have seen in these high-rise buildings, like the two buildings connect each other, the middle, the glass bridge. And even though it is a glass bridge, some people, even though you see that other people keep crossing, some people can't cross because that what they see make them afraid. They get panic. So then what happened? So what is there? So they see something. They see that, of course, that what they see is normal because that other people crossing and walking. But still, you can't do this. Why? Because your feelings more strong and make you afraid. So this happen all the time to us. But what happened when once you start to little bit, again and again, observe, examine, give clear attention and see and how these people walk. and maybe touching. So then you can verify. So that is what happened. Then your cognitive understanding, your intellectual understanding start to become stronger than your feelings. So just imagine you in a dark place, you see something like a, like a snake. So then your body start to react to your feelings. That's mean your memory react to that as a snake. But if you observe it carefully, and then maybe you recognize it is a wire or piece of rope or something like that. So that examine rather than go with that emotions or the feelings, just step back from the feelings or the emotions, withdraw from the feelings, and observing with your cognitive intellectual understanding allow you to balance these feelings. So the meditation is a method one way. Use this principle. So in the beginning, you take a mental object and then you start to observe it. So that all these feelings we name as me, I am, or kind of like a very solid, unchangeable, concrete, something exists within us. But once you start to observe it, you recognize something. So that's why this meditation is an experience. And I'll give you something. Listen this very carefully and try to get it. When you practice meditation, of course, we use this word, the practice, to learn. But when it comes to vipassana level, tranquility meditation, you can practice little by little. But when it comes to vipassana level of meditation, use it kind of like as the end result. There's nothing to practice anymore. Observing, analyzing, recognizing, that's it. That's the highest of your human intellect. So if you are capable to be in that state, be in that frequency, rather than thinking you are practice, there's nothing to practice. You experience the very depth and the very highest of the mind. So then you come to a kind of like something to experience that cannot reverse, or there's no kind of like you can't come back. There's a way that you can uplift your awareness to that level. So somehow when it comes to our day-to-day life, when we see something, hear something, smell, taste, feel, think, what happens most of the time? So we think that what we see, what we hear, smell, taste, that whatever the object is there, we think we exactly recognize that object as it is. But the basic principle is, when something comes to your eye, remember, this is that what you see, you can't think. What you hear, you can't think. What you smell, you can't think. What you taste, you can't think. What you feel, you can't think. But most of the time we think, oh, I know that. So you see something and your mind is out of that information, your mind start to build something with the help of your memory. On the conventional level, that is what happens. So then, that what you build inside your mind, you think, that is the exactly the outside object. So it's kind of like weaving, networking, bringing two things together. But when it comes to deeper understanding, it is not like that. So when you recognize this perception as your consciousness, you start to react to the world believing that you know it. But practicing meditation will take you to a place to know that what you see is something and what you experience in your mind is something else. It is two things. You don't mix it. You don't bridge it. You don't connect these two things. You recognize these two things as two things. That is the only thing you have to do. So, and at the same time, that when we see something, we want to hear it. When we hear something, we want to see it. Once you see it, once you hear it, you want to smell it, you want to eat it. But what you hear, you can't see. So what you see, you can't eat. So as example, somebody talk about kind of like a place, that nice hotel or place that you can go and eat. So that's you heard. So then you start to build up something and you start to think, I want to go and see. I want to eat it. So you go and see the place. So when you go and see, it is not that what you heard. And even that what is there start to connect with your memory and whatever the feelings or the emotions. And according to that, you have the kind of like a reactions, like dislike of neutral. And then what happens? So then you want to eat. And then when you eat, that most of time you think that the taste arises in you, that whatever you see, whatever on the plate, bring you the taste. No. So what you see, you can't eat. Because when it comes to your mouth, when you chew something and once it's connected with your saliva, that the taste arises. So that taste, when you look at the plate, you think that is what give you the taste. It is not there. And if you vomit it and look what is the taste, it is not there. So it like, this is the very conventional level of world. We get tangles. We always tangle things with eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, perception. We all make together. and take it as one. That is where you experience this self or the I am, this is me. But meditation means slowly you separate this. And when you start to separate it, you have to have the awareness, you have to have the clarity. So that's why we practice meditation, to bring that clarity. So then, at least from the beginning, always remember that know yourself, that what you see is not what you experience. Of course, it helps, but whatever it is there is not what is inside your mind. Because according to your cognitive-based intellectual understanding, that whatever that you see going to change. And when it come to the whatever the experience happen, it mostly based with the feelings. So most of time we don't have ability to observe the feelings, recognize the feelings. So that's why sometimes because we train from culture, tradition, school system, society train us to behave in certain way and go with this intellectual understanding, not about recognizing or see the feelings. So that's why when it comes to four foundation, contemplate on your feelings is very necessary. Because what you feel has a more deeper history than what you see. So then always remember to be aware about your feelings, what you feel, recognize it. Because it has deeper roots. Another thing is, the most of time, this, our environment block our inner development. That is what sometimes people say modern life. But always remember, don't allow your environment to block your inner development. So keep that flow is another way nowadays we can explain as meditation. And if I bring it a little bit more closer to you, don't allow your garment, your cloth to cover your reality. Because that is what most of the time we do. Who you are. Don't allow it to cover it. Then once you lose the garment, you feel lost. That's why most of the time people, when they alone, they feel so lonely, depressed, anxiety, fear. They feel kind of like a worthless, useless. Why? Because we now used to do this. We allow ourselves to block our inner development. Don't do that. So it is your responsibility then, somehow, while we are in this world, in your environment, keep that environment to help for yourself to develop with the profitable skills. So don't get into any environment if that environment block your inner development. So understanding this will help you to slowly use this intellectual background to change a little bit. And at the same time, by the time, so you are capable to use that whatever the emotions or the feelings, that not just to respond it, but to more and mix little by little with your awareness and recognize what this is. So it is nothing to do with anything that we're going to gain new, or it is not something we try to become free from something. It's about this all you understand how this mechanism happens. And once you have that understanding, the life itself, the world itself become the nirvana. Sansara itself become the nibbana. When you don't understand this mechanism, nibbana itself become the sansara. So that's why practicing means little by little, allowing you to untangle, release that, and find the, the freedom within perception and consciousness, object and subject, experience and experiencer. Separate this and know when you experience something, you know that this is not the same thing. You hear something, it is not that what you experience. You see something, it is not that what you experience. When the mind becomes more sharp, clear, in a certain level, you are capable to come to the right frequency. When you see something, hear something, smell something, taste something, feel something, that your feelings, your emotions, your inner reactions, and the perception, the both going to become merged. No two different things. It's like when you see that high-rise building, this glass bridge, you don't think that you're going to fall down. Just recognition itself allow you to know. When other people walk, just recognizing itself allow you to know you can cross it. When you see in a dark place, it look like a snake, but anymore it not look like. When you see right away, you see what it is. So like that, this in between, this thinking mind start to disappear with this emotional based reactions. And it is not just the only cognitive based intellectual understanding, or it is not just emotional based, that your leftover memory based feeling understanding. So this both kind of like a not agitate, not ignite, not create any fire. It both start to cool down. And that is where that what you see, hear, smell, taste, feel, in that very moment, you recognize it as clearly. So we could call it direct perception, clear comprehension. Once you have that, then you can go into deeper critical analytical understanding. Because now mind is free from all the barriers. Another way we can call it free from 5 hindrance. So practicing this is very necessary from the beginning, but once a while, just give a try knowingly. There is nothing to practice. This is the end. And sit, and whatever you experience, give 100% clear awareness and keep the recognition and see. When it arises, it itself go away. Whatever you see, keep it to your eye object. When you hear something, keep it to your ear object. And when you experience it, recognize that what you experience is related to your mind. It's nothing to do what you hear. When you see something, it's your eye object. It is nothing to do with what you experience inside. So keep this both separate. When you are capable to keep it separate, with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, object separate, eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, consciousness separate, then there is no anymore I am. You see everything arise, everything experience, occurs into cause and effect. This causation is the fundamental thing that give this experience. And once you know that, even this moment of experience as who you are, that you experience this all arise as a result of cause and effect. Once you know that, you're not going to claim anything as you. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. And your right palm on your left neck, head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Swapateva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. In the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. When it happens, just recognize it. Do nothing extra. And just remember, when you experience it, this is the end result of your practice. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward, visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. Also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ettavata cha ammehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjissami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.